Is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as the FBI agent. We can play anything.
Treat the person how you want to be treated. Those are my ride or dies, you know, and those are my best friends.
Treat people how you want to be treated. Martin Lawrence was on top, the king of comedy, making everybody laugh. But behind the fame, he was falling apart. Insiders say Martin was struggling quietly. Remember when he was spotted roaming the streets of LA yelling, "They're trying to." That wasn't just a random breakdown.
Will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to me."
Yeah.
What's going on?
It was serious. Then came the wild tension on the Martin set. Some say that is what really shut the show down. Was it just stress or something deeper? For years, his behavior got brushed off. But now, folks are looking back like, what was really going on with Martin? Now, with fresh concerns about his health and a long list of strange public moments, the questions are back. What was Martin dealing with all these years?
Anybody that deny he didn't have a stroke or don't believe he had a stroke, well, okay.
We all knew him as the fast-talking, no-filter legend. From Martin to Bad Boys to his stand-up, he was comedy. But behind all that success, something was seriously off. Martin faced show cancellations, legal issues, and battles with his mental health. Before the fame, he came from a rougher background. And now, he's pointing fingers at the people in the industry who tried to block his rise.
Weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you.
Just like Richard Pryor ran the 70s and Eddie Murphy dominated the 80s, the 90s, that was Martin Lawrence's era. His climb started with a bang in Do the Right Thing. Then came House Party, and the sequel House Party 2, The Pajama Jam. After that, Martin was everywhere. That same summer, he appeared in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy and crushed it. But Martin wasn't just hitting on film. On July 1st, 1992, he became host of HBO's Def Comedy Jam, putting his star power on blast. Then boom, a month later, his own sitcom, Martin, premiered. First season, over 11 million viewers. That show didn't just blow up, it took over. He was handling TV, stand-up, films, all at once. His grind? Legendary. By 1994, Martin reached another level, hosting Saturday Night Live. But that gig? It backfired. His SNL monologue was so wild, NBC banned him for life. One minute, he was breaking barriers. The next, he was out. Even Chris Rock once said Martin was the kind of opener you never forget, and he meant it. Back in the day, Chris Rock said, there was always some opener making noise. But when I hit the stage, the crowd forgot him. One night in Chicago, that changed. His opener was a hungry young comic named Martin Lawrence, and nobody forgot him after that. In the 90s, Martin's stand-up was next level. Watching him on Def Comedy Jam was like watching the 2016 Warriors, non-stop dominance. He came out raw, loud, fearless. Crowds chanted, "Go Martin," before he even grabbed the mic. But not everyone loved his in-your-face style. In 1994, he released his stand-up film, You So Crazy, and it stirred up a storm. It was so explicit, it got slapped with an NC-17. The original distributor dropped it. Another company stepped in, releasing it as unrated. Martin was too raw for Hollywood. And that was just the beginning of his war with censorship. That same year, he hosted SNL, The Dream Gig. But his monologue, a disaster. NBC called it inappropriate and banned him on the spot. What should have been a big win became one of the biggest controversies of his career. It all came down to one bit, a joke about female hygiene that went too far.
The ladies in the 90s have license to cut off the pilly packers. Yep, they got license to cut your thing off, man. And this scares me, okay? Because I know women are mad in the 90s, especially white women. I mean, this is the year where they smash your knees and cutting the pilly packers off.
NBC cut it from every future airing and erased Martin from their guest list. In later rebroadcasts, they didn't just censor it, they erased his monologue entirely. And during Eddie Murphy's big reunion episode, Martin was nowhere in sight. Years later, Martin defended his comedy saying, "If I don't know anything else, I know how to make people laugh. People have to have the right to laugh, or else more of us are gonna go crazy." He said he performed the monologue in rehearsal and nobody objected. But NBC claimed he went off script live on air. After 200 plus complaints came in, They edited it out of the West Coast feed and never looked back. Even after all that, Martin kept it cool. In a 1994 LA Times interview just 2 weeks after the drama, he said he had no hard feelings toward NBC, but his problems weren't done.
They didn't want to fly me private. I wanted to go private. It was politics. So, you know. But I've learned from that from now, and I would do something different now.
By 1996, things took a darker turn. Martin was found wandering the LA streets in a heat wave, dressed in layers, flailing and yelling, "They're trying to kill me!" It was chaos, and it scared people. The media called it a mental breakdown, but conspiracy theorists weren't convinced. Who was they? What was he running from? Martin never explained, and Hollywood stayed silent.
A stroke. When I saw him walk out there the other day, I think they were in Australia. I swear to God, he looked like Joe Biden.
Meanwhile, stories leaked about tension on set, canceled projects, and chaos during the final seasons of Martin. And the real reason the show ended? Not just low ratings. Tisha Campbell, who played Gina, filed a lawsuit against Martin for harassment, on and off set. It got so serious, she stopped filming scenes with him. The network tried to finish the show with awkward edits. But the chemistry was gone. The cast was divided. The vibe was off. And fans could feel it.
So, Biggie, how your auditions coming?
Why you want to know, Gina? You are not auditioning?
No, I'm not. I did not say that. No. I was just making conversation.
In 1997, the lawsuit became public. Tisha accused Martin of yelling, threats, violent outbursts, and inappropriate behavior during intimate scenes. Just a year before that, Martin had been found in the streets again, shouting and swinging. One witness said, "He looked like a madman. Cops could barely hold him down." He even reportedly kicked a marble wall near Tisha's hotel room out of rage. Martin denied everything, saying he was caught in the middle of her issues with HBO. His team said, "There is no merit to this lawsuit and it will be vigorously defended." Just 4 months later, Tisha quietly settled. She returned to finish 2 final episodes under one condition: Martin wasn't allowed on set while she filmed. The final episode, edited to make it look like they were in the same room, but they weren't. The behind-the-scenes tension was real. Carl Anthony Payne, aka Cole, revealed years later that things changed between him and Martin. He said the vibe turned dark. Martin stopped treating him the same. The set wasn't fun anymore. Carl kept it honest. "We had issues. Martin had issues with himself. I think he was fighting demons."
And hope that they grow and you know, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. You know what I mean? It's like a relationship, right? So imagine if you were in a relationship that ended badly with somebody. You know, that was then, right? And now if that person is still around.
Then came the shock exit of Garrett Morris. Fans loved his character, but after season 2, he was gone. One episode returned, then nothing. Years later, Garrett revealed the truth. He didn't quit, he was fired. And according to him, it was Martin's decision.
Who was producing Martin decided to fire me.
The pressure of fame was clearly catching up. Lawsuits, on-set beef, firings, it was all piling up. Even Dave Chappelle spoke out. He said Martin's situation was proof of Hollywood's darker side.
I'm Garrett Morris, talking to all you white Americans about the way black people have been treated in America. Now, I know a lot of you feel guilty, and you should.
The side nobody talks about. Then came the biggest health scare of all. In 1999, Martin collapsed while jogging in full heat, wearing heavy clothes and a plastic suit. He fell into a 3-day coma. The doctor said heat exhaustion. But fans, they weren't buying it. Why would someone run twice in those conditions? Was he being followed, watched, controlled? His condition got so bad, doctors had to put him on a ventilator. Fans stood by him. Some said it was burnout. Others thought he was being punished for speaking up. But everyone agreed something wasn't right. He came back eventually. Bad Boys sequels, reunion specials. But people noticed a difference. Martin didn't seem like himself. Slurred speech, low energy, a slower presence, the sharp, unstoppable energy he had in the 90s. It wasn't all there. Then came the Bad Boys 4 rumors. Insiders said Martin wasn't planning to return. Word was he was telling friends he was done making movies with Will Smith. Why? Because of what he learned. Not just about the industry, but maybe about Will himself. Some say Martin saw too much, that he knew things about certain Hollywood elites, things he couldn't unsee, and fans noticed the distance.
But I told him I love him because I meant it. And now you see why we've been married 30 years.
Martin and Will used to be tight, but lately, they haven't even been spotted together, on screen or off. Some believe Martin backed away quietly after watching how scandals are used to control narratives. Others think Will got caught up with the wrong crowd. What you gonna do when they come for you? That Bad Boys line hits different now.
Bad Boys, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Then came the Oscars slap. Will smacking Chris Rock on live TV shock the world? Midlife crisis breakdown? Or was it part of a bigger pattern? Martin may have seen it coming. Maybe that's why he stepped away. Because in Hollywood, loyalty doesn't exist. And Martin saw the cracks before anyone else. That silence speaks volumes. Some think he knows too much. And he's been backing away slowly, trying to stay out the mess. So why isn't anyone talking about this?
Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Simple. Hollywood distracts. It hides the dirt. As long as Martin made people laugh, no one asked, is he okay? But when you put the pieces together, the breakdowns, the coma, the lawsuit, the distance from Will, it paints a picture that's hard to ignore. Because Hollywood runs on secrets. And the real question is, what does Martin Lawrence know? Whatever it is, it was serious enough to make him walk away from everything.
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something.
Even Will, whether it was fear of more scandals or something way darker, one thing's clear. Bad Boys might be done. And the bigger question? What has Martin Lawrence really been through? Who tried to shut him up, or worse, control him? We may never know the full story, but this was never just about fame. Martin Lawrence was fighting a system, and now, little by little, the truth is coming out. So it's not just about what happened to Martin, it's about how many others are dealing with the same thing in Hollywood. In this game, it's not just about who you know, it's about what you know. And Martin, he might know way too much. What do you think? Was Martin pushed out for what he knew, or was this just burnout and bad timing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive. We've got more Hollywood twists coming, and trust us, it only gets crazier from here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.